Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Patrick Mahomes kicking off the season, locked in, fired up. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. It is a great, inexpensive way to support the channel and get even more Quarterback School content. If you haven't enrolled, hop over there, join, become a member. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs, finding a way to win. Opening game of the year. We are back, locked in, fired up right away to start here. We're going to rip a little slant up top. I'm going to call this an RPO. The way it's blocked up front, I'm going to call this run long trap or pulling the left guard. You know, if we're reading someone, we're probably reading zero. I would bet it's more of a space grass read than necessarily a true RPO. So draw up exactly what this thing is. I think this play more than anything else to start a season right out the gate, just right into Patrick Mahomes' wheelhouse, right, as far as what he does well. Let's just assume that it's this player. I'm not necessarily sure it is. The concept here that we're running with is this little quick slant dart paired with a flat. Okay, now the run itself is what I'm going to call long trap. So this side right here is all going to be gap down backer. So we've got 4 going down, really 5 going down. So they're going to go down. We're going to get a double team right here, what I'm used to calling deuce to 0. Technically, Kelsey should be down to the front side. And then right here down to 14. We are then going to kick out left guard. Kick out the C-gap player, 53. And that's the run. So technically unblocked right here. Now, because we're blocking the guy we're RPOing, it's not a true RPO in my mind. It's more of like, hey, do you like this? 2-on-2 up here, the way they've got this space? Yes, Patrick Mahomes makes it work. Because technically, we've got enough bodies to block everybody in the box. I think the thing to pay attention to quarterback-wise here is just watch Patrick Mahomes, how quick he gets this out. Right on him. And again, you can see if we handed it off, it'd be a pretty nice run. They don't quite get the double team deuce back to the backside backer 0. So watch the right guard, right tackle deuce to 0. I'm saying that they play side backer kind of falls into 74. That to me probably is Kelsey's guy. So it works out. You wouldn't have a double team on a second level player like that with the right tackle and tight end. Regardless, just watch Patrick Mahomes, how quick, and even though it might look a little awkward, his body is so still, his head is so still, and he's able to have such great arm control. He puts it right where he runs, right on the body, so quick, sudden, love it. Next one here, 3rd and 6. We're going to hit this little shallow, a lot of West Coast people call this route a shin down here to the bottom. So Rice coming across, essentially uncovered. We've got Kelsey on the double move up top, and then we've got multiple runaways. So whether you want to call it a shin, a shallow, paired with a double in right here to the right. So if you don't like the double move, you don't even look over there, pop it right on him, essentially borderline uncovered underneath, and that's just too easy. So concept-wise, look down here to the motion. We've got Rice going in motion, a little bit of a switch release, so it gets to like a condensed, muddy bunch. I think we end up running in, switch release, in, and then here's where the ball goes when I'm calling this shin, which is essentially just a short in now. So look at all those runaways. And then you pair that with a double move up top. I'm going to call this a little like old school down, out, and up. And we've got shots all over the place. And we are essentially voided right here. It doesn't even look like Patrick gives that Kelsey route up top a chance. Not that you have to if you feel this thing so wide open to the right down here to the bottom. But you would guess you would be working left to right here. Feels that thing voided, puts it right on him. Again, the accuracy for Patrick Mahomes, I think for me, jumps off this film, for damn near every throw, where he's able to put it on him, let his guys run afterwards. You can see the speed they've got on the perimeter. Too easy on 3rd down there. Next one here, this is the touchdown off and around. So my verbiage here is we're going to fake the counter and hand the ball up top or flip it on the around, as opposed to a reverse where the back or wide receiver would hand it to another one. This is a beautiful job. This is great design. Everybody but the right guard, essentially, is in a convoy to the end zone here. It's just a beautiful job of setting it up. Look at that red wall. Right? I mean, we've got enough dudes. Great cut, great speed from Worthy, and that's an outstanding play. How about Kelce getting 2 cakes here? I guess 2 cakes. We call them 2 cakes. I think that right there is a trip cake. But then he's got great effort. I don't know if I ever remember seeing him look for the fight like that many times in one run play. It's a great job. Love seeing the big guys get out in front. Again, the counter reverse. Watch Gray here fake the counter, the sniffer, put his foot in the ground, wheel out, and lead out around. See a lot of teams running this kind of action, but that is what speed kills right there. Beautiful job setting it up, getting your dude touches on the perimeter. Again, watch 83 fake the counter. See the right guard go as well. Get the flow from the backers. There's the flip, and we are out the gate, and that is pure speed. Awesome. Next one here, 1st and 10. This is going to be a lot of movement. We're going to get a cool shift. We're then going to get motion across. We're going to end up in 1-by-3. We're going to get double post down here to the bottom, and I'm going to call Kelce on the over. He just pulls a Kelce and kind of settles up over the ball. But the reason this is on here is because of the decision-making, the quickness, but also the touch. Okay, now I get it. You can go over the top here. This is a short little pass to the back, and the back does most of the work. But I don't think you can overstate how quickly Mahomes plays this play. So no, he doesn't like it. Get it to the check down. And then the touch is perfect. Up and over. Whoop. Almost like a little glorified screen. You make him miss. He's got no chance, right? Like he's still going in 2-hand touch here. Whoop. See ya. Again, speed on the perimeter. They look fast. So play-wise here, pay attention to the design. We've got a shift. Starting 3-by-1, get to 2-by-2. Then we motion to 1-by-3. Then I'm going to call this, you kind of hit it on the run here, but glorified. I think he ends up running a go, but to me, this plays out like double post. And then I'm guessing this is supposed to be Kelce crumbing across on that crosser, deep cross. And again, like Kelce does, he's got that magic to just kind of like settle up wherever the hell he wants sometimes. And that's what he does here. Mahomes doesn't like it. He's then able to get it to the back quickly, and there's essentially no one over here for punt return left. So just a nice job of scheming him up, shift, formation, motion, and then Mahomes, how quickly he gets it down, right? Just watch his process to go no to Kelce, check down. And then good things happen when you get it to your dudes in space. Make somebody miss, turns into a beautiful little chunk here for us just by throwing a simple check down. But you've got all these pieces, right? You've got the shift. Now we got a different formation. Then we're going to motion. Then we're going to take a shot down the field with Kelce, a little play action. No. And then the touch. Woo, right? Like flat-footed. Feet not necessarily there. Right on the body. Make somebody miss, and we got a chunk. And we, again, are a-rolling. Next one here. We are formation effing people. We are going empty 3-by-1. They're in, call it glorified 21 personnel here. We're getting Rice on a linebacker running the juke or the jerk. Got him. Watch that route on the right side. Got no chance here. Got him. Too easy. And again, ball location, already talked about the accuracy. Perfectly weighted ball right up on his grill. Strike, yak, let's go. So a little Hoswide juke here for people who've never been to the channel before. We're going to run some iteration of hitch. So personnel-wise here, this looks like a running back. Call it hitch. This looks like a running back. Hitch. Here are the seams. Seams. So that's the Haas part, right? Hitch and seams. And then the wide juke part doesn't necessarily have to be Y, but just juke or jerk, whoever your person is. You set it and then run across. And again, different teams have different ways to do this. Some teams, want you to run to the middle, make a choice. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that we've got a one-on-one of our wide receiver versus their linebacker. And to me, they're playing some iteration of brackets here. We'll call it stubby. You've got the nickel over here outside the number 2, essentially playing 3 on 2 right here. Same thing up top, right? 2. Here's the 3 for the bracket. And then what is essentially probably one-on-one out here. And so when this thing works out, at the end of the day, all that for this amount of space with the matchup that we want, running a quick little double move to cross this technique is beautiful. It's a thing of beauty. So formation effing them by getting our matchup with a wide receiver versus a backer, Quick little double move with all that space, turns into a nice little mini chunk right in the middle of the field. Just an outstanding job of offensive architecture, design. Now this play's been around forever, but that's perfect execution, and we are rolling. Next one here, 3rd and 8. This one's going to be a tough sack. We're going to get a hell of a jump down here to the bottom, 99. But then it looks like we're trying to get Kelce on what I'm used to calling like a Sailor Seattle, and he just does a little bit of that Kelce stuff. Now, it might be there. I don't think we have time regardless to make necessarily a play. This is more of just showcasing, you know, how Kelce and Mahomes have this relationship, and it's obviously worked very well. But it essentially is, no one else can repeat it just like they have it because of their freedom that they allow Kelce to play with down the field. So what I'm calling some iteration of a flood. So a flood concept is usually 3 players, someone deep, it can be a go or a corner, someone in the intermediate, and someone in the flat. And that's what flood is. So how they get there on this one, they run this little back and forth arrow, send this guy to the back pylon or to the flag, and then I'm saying Kelce's probably chasing, trailing here, and then should come out. But he doesn't come out of it. So as he runs up, we set the far one, we set the short underneath. As he comes out, he feels a defender wider than he is out in his space and just decides, nah, I'm good. And he turns. And the way you can tell that this is not a real route is because if you were to run something like this, you would turn inside towards the ball. You wouldn't turn out. The only reason you would turn out is if you're running out and then you're like, damn, and you settle up. And again, very few people have the freedom to do this at any level, let alone the NFL. They've been doing it like this for a long time. So watch Kelce up top. See him turn out, like run an outside turn button hook when the ball's inside. And again, it works, but you can see the backside in is probably going to come attack that space as well. So the spacing of it looks funky, but that's just because Kelce's doing Kelce things. We don't have time to hit it. You know, you can see the space potentially there, but we're taking L's up front. Now, I will say, just pass pro wise here, the right tackle for the Chiefs, man, that dude sets vertical. He is getting out of there. You can see the left tackle get a little bit more width, but a little bit slower. And we just get whoop taken. Let's see what the drop is. 5 from gun. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, sort of. And that's an L. Again, left guard getting walked back into our lap as well. So not a lot of space. And we're punting. Next one here, 1st and 20. We're going to run your favorite motion to a wing. Essentially run an iteration of railroad. All that is mesh with a rail. Now, this could be a very nice catch. I think Mahomes could also make this a little bit easier on the back. You don't see this run under center very often. You also don't see this motion like this very often from the T or from the Q. So what this play is as we motion out there, here's the rail, or essentially a go from the backfield. Usually you can throw it right at the line of scrimmage, which is a hell of a lot harder when you're under center, or down the field, right, depending on how they cover that thing. When I say mesh railroad, that's the rail part of it. The mesh part of it is one of these two is going over the ball. The other one's running mesh. Someone else is coming across over here underneath, and that's really number 2. This is number 3. This is usually number 4. And then whatever you want down here, you can send them to the post. You can send them to the corner stop. You can do whatever you need to on the backside. I think this throw is there. I do think it's a little funky. Well, it's definitely funky to see it run like this motion to a wing, but also under center doesn't make it that much easier either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, could he catch it? Absolutely. Could we make it easier on a back? Yes, by putting it more on the body. You could also flip his hands. You see Rice coming across down here as the number 1 at the bottom. He's going to be the number 2 on the read. So no, down. And that would be a nice hit too. I think it's a good decision. I think they just don't hook it up. It's a unique design how they get there. Got a good opportunity to score if you can put it right on him, make one guy miss. But again, I just love the kind of unique creativity of, well, I don't necessarily love seeing this motion, more people doing it, but here at least I see the value of stretching the defense, getting on them quickly downfield, got a chance to get it going towards your end zone and score. You know, if he catches that, if it's right on him, that's going to be a tough tackle in space. So close. Next one here. This is a little pitch of flavor on an old school play. So this is post wheel shallow cross with a little play action fake. Again, I love the base from Mahomes. He rips the over the ball hook here. This play is, so I'll draw it up from the side view, but you can see right over the ball, rip it right to Gray. And just watch his base and how sudden Mahomes is, but he also stays fluid and smooth. It's just such a, I mean, it's a damn impressive combination, man, if I'm being honest. And I just feel like sometimes, and I'm guilty of this because I'm interested in other quarterbacks as well, you forget how good he is. Like, that is just so smooth and so fluid, and kind of like he plays it so quickly, just rips it right on their face. Just great torque, making it look so easy. So design-wise here, what's going on? We're getting a little exotic with an old school play. So the actual play itself is over the ball hook, shallow. And you can settle up in zone and you keep running in man. That's shallow cross, the concept. It's often paired with a post, and if it's at a 3x1, with a wheel. So the read is kind of, you would almost never hit the post here as the guy's in motion right here, but this is often a quarters read. So you get catch quarters, maybe you peek the post to play the shallow cross. I've been different places with how you read this. I think the best way to read shallow cross is zone 1 to 2, man, wanted to change colors, man 1, and then this guy kind of works away. There's not as many options in man to 2. I think of it more as a zone play, but you can see this thing open up right over the ball here, and the Chiefs add a little flavor with the play action. Pretty rare to get a little fake play action, pseudo flash fake here. And then again, just watching the right tackle, man. Watch how fast he gets the hell out of there. Whoop, whoop, whoop. He's blocking for a punt. It's awesome. Love the depth. I also love this rip from behind here. You can really see Gray right over the ball with Kelce running that shallow. Now, I will say, and again, obviously Kelce knows what the hell he's doing. There's a clip later in the game where he kind of okey dokes. They're not quite on the same page. The rule on this shallow, I think the best way to talk about this rule on the shallow is, so how do you know if he's going to run or settle up? The rule usually is if you're looking, so if you're running and looking at the quarterback the whole time you're running, you're booking. If you're looking, you're booking. So what you normally say is, don't look until you're over to the end of the tackle box, right? So this is the tackle box, the offensive line. So as you run across, don't look at the quarterback, and then if it's zone, settle up. And so, but those guys have such a great relationship. They kind of feel, the space together. But you can see Mahomes here. Beautiful set. Rip it right between the hashes, right up on his face. Again, beautiful. Next one here, 3rd and 9. We're going to give a chance down here to the bottom to Smith-Schuster, number 9. He's the number 2, running that little like corner, I guess you call it, rounded out. I'd love to see him go up and kind of catch that with his thumbs together. But besides for that, I think this is a pretty great throw from Patrick Mahomes. There's not a lot of great options here. 3rd and 9. Again, if it wasn't another quarterback, and what I mean by that is I just feel like Patrick Mahomes is so good at throwing the ball kind of off whatever platform he wants. It doesn't really matter. And I don't think you could necessarily put the ball in a better spot than he does, but he does drift. He does float to the left here. It doesn't necessarily hurt the play. The other thing that I think I'm always just hypersensitive to it because they always feel like move Kelce. So they've got Rice going in that kind of Kelce motion. And what I mean by that Kelce motion is it doesn't, this is not like Tyreek Hill, like going 1,000 miles an hour, right? This is kind of like they let you kind of like walk and set wherever you want to make sure you get a free release. So it's 3rd and 9. So they give it to Rice here and he runs this little like, underneath choice option pivot route. And we end up trying to get this ball here. Great. Okay. With a little clear down here to the bottom. I totally get it. The problem with that is that if this is 87 up top, and this is just, the film is the film, he's been doing this. They've been giving him this, essentially freedom to release off the ball. And what it does is it just doesn't allow DB types to get up in your grill at the line of scrimmage. So if you have to be on the line of scrimmage as an eligible, it's hard to get off the ball sometimes. especially if you're not maybe as quick as you once were. So just watch the release up top. It is what it is. It's 1 rep, but I just feel like they usually help Kelce get off the ball as opposed to get locked up like this. So close here, could certainly be a touchdown, to be a hell of a contested catch. I think he helped himself by turning his hands, but from a quarterback standpoint, the ball's right on the money. It might not necessarily be the footwork you would want to teach like at a clinic, but 15 makes it work, just like he makes damn near every throw work. Right up on his face. Next one here, 3rd and 12. This is a great play from Patrick Mahomes and Kelce on the scramble drill. Again, these are the type of ones you just want to let wash over you, because he's getting crazy depth with his drop. He extends the play, he creates, moving to his right, full stride, throws a strike, just Hall of Famer to Hall of Famer, making it work. And again, it's a total recess route from 87, no doubt. But they've done this for so long. I mean, what do you even call this drop? Just keep on going. And he's proven he can do it. He can make these plays. He can make these throws. Again, watch him keep his stride. And look at the body control, the torque he makes this thing. Whoom. And that is earmuffs me here, right? Earmuffs me. That is a perfect fucking throw. That's awesome. So Kelce's going to be down here to the bottom of the screen. I'm going to say that this is supposed to be, again, a little bit of a corner or a Seattle. So again, to me, all that means is we're coming in here and then we're coming out like this, paired with probably this and an in. That to me makes a lot of sense. Again, I feel like Kelce just kind of does his own thing. So he's got outside leverage here. He just hits the brakes right here. He's not going to run to get covered. So at this point, Mahomes has got to go. Watch Kelce's scramble move, though. So he doesn't just run over here like that. That's amateur hour stuff. As he goes, he puts the wig back on it and then comes back across with the wiggle. So it gets like a quick little triple deke. So it's that is the separator. So it's an awesome job. It's Kelce doing Kelce things to start at the bottom. Watch him come out of it. Nah, damn it. Now watch him right there. He turns his back. That is sweet. Get those magic hips going. Got him. And they're just right synced up, and it helps, obviously, when your quarterback can rip it on the move going to the right, 3rd and forever. Just absolute back-breaking rep here. Just pure Chiefs magic. Again, look at the drop. Normal drop, pedal, run around, create, full speed, stride out, torque. Dot. My goodness. Next one here is the rep I was talking about where I think Kelce and Mahomes aren't quite on the same page. And really, I think it's Kelce probably looking and moving at the same time. Again, just watch the right tackle. I know this is a sensitive subject. I think it's more pronounced because he's so vertical in his set. But he is getting the hell out of there. Again, I like the base from Mahomes. To me, this is shallow cross with a little version of smash now to the left. So we're going to get an over the ball hook from 9. You can see Smith-Schuster running over the ball. Here comes Kelce. Let's see him look. Well, he's throwing it too at the same time. As he looks, he expects him to keep moving. And Mahomes probably could give him a half second to make the decision a little bit better as well. Maybe Mahomes plays it a little quick. That's certainly a ball he thinks he could catch. I get that as well. But it's one of those things where they're just not quite synced up yet. So what I'm calling an iteration of smash down here to the bottom, corner, flatter choice, whatever, on the backside. Now the main concept, here's the over the ball hook, and here comes Kelce running the shallow. So again, we said, get over here before you look, versus zone, settle, versus man, keep going. Well, right here, this is zone, but to me, he kind of keeps drifting, and we throw it a little early. So we're just not quite on the same page. Again, let this thing play out for you. You can see down here to the bottom, smash, no, shallow, yes. Again, it's zone, right? Get over there, settle up. He looks, but he's still moving, and the ball's thrown like it's man, and you can't be man because you're going to run into a massive collision down here at the bottom. So no ambulance ball, just catch it as well. So not quite on the same page. Protect your guys, and right? No one would be shocked at all if Kelce just caught this thing, spun upfield, made it look easy. Next one here, 3rd and 5. This is a pretty cool little play. I really like it down here to the bottom. We're ending up trying to hit Worthy on kind of this like crosser across the field. Now, it's pretty damn impressive that Mahomes even gets this throw off. I think a better throw, and it's probably a touchdown. The problem here is the right guard and right tackle are not at the same level, so they can't pass off the little ET. Now, again, we've already talked about the depth of the right tackle. We'll go through it again here. But the things that I love about the design, so this is stuff, you know, I feel like I really only see from the Chiefs. So I want to pause this. I'll let it go and pause it right. So this kind of stuff where 3 eligibles are in phase like this, to me, I mean, creates crazy stress on a defense. So you've got to be so locked in as far as who's who in the zoo, what vertical, who do you have? If you're trying to match this shit off, play man to man, you got all sorts of issues here. So what happens here is we end up getting the crosser to the corner. They let Kelce kind of do Kelce things down here to the underneath, make it a different color. That's probably where the ball's trying to go, right here for a first down. Then on the backside, we're coming across with another crosser here. So we've got all this flow over here, and we've got speed going back this way. Now, again, my thing would be what's the landmark? Is it back pylon? Is it front pylon? Is it 15 yards? Is it 20 yards? Only these guys know. But a little bit better of a ball out in front would help us. Now, again, if you're a fan of the channel, you've probably heard me say the best way to pass off some of these stunts is to make sure you're at the same level. And what I mean by that is guard, tackle. You don't have to be necessarily hip to hip, but you do have to be able to kind of be close enough to pass these things off. Right here, we're so deep at right tackle and so shallow at right guard that when we go to get picked, we've got no chance. You're either going to give up the pick and the ricochet, or you're going to give up the easy twist. And so Patrick Mahomes really doesn't have time. He does a nice job anchoring on that back foot and getting the ball off. I just don't think he puts it exactly where he wants. So again, first thing we're going to do here is appreciate the route combination down here to the bottom. And here's that Kelce slow walk motion. Make sure he gets the release he wants. Look at that in phase. That's awesome. With the 4th eligible out in the flat. Okay, so no. Now watch the game up top. Watch the right guard, right tackle, right tackle. Vertical set, pick. Free runner at our quarterback, not good. The ball's probably a little bit upfield. And again, hard for me to put it on Worthy or Mahomes, not knowing where their landmark is on this route. Again, you can see the pick, right, by the defensive end on the right, running right into the guard. Boom. Oh, shit. And again, we still have a chance. All right, the next one here is the interception right before half. You know, there's a lot of things here that I think go sideways. At the end of the day, this looks like Mahomes just doesn't see the linebacker as he works up top. No, back down to Rice, kind of over the ball on a little bender basic. And I don't think the throw's ever going to get there. It looks like we get pressure right up the middle as well, so we kind of can't quite get through the throw. Anytime you can't get through the throw, it's obviously on the quarterback for making the decision to throw it, right? Like he's well in the grasp there. That's a throw, you know, we wouldn't be surprised at all if Mahomes made this kind of throw to like a check down. But I mean, that thing's never going to get there, right? So you just can't make those types of throws when you're in the grasp. I will also say just the whole play looks funky. It looks like he's trying to go to the right there, but neither of the routes are ready for whatever the point. So it's all out of whack. Then we just come back and like blind chuck it over the middle of the field. Just totally out of character as a whole unit. So we're moving Kelce. To me, Kelce's running a little looper return. So this combination to me is this guy, I think he's trying to get to the corner. What I'm calling looper return here. There's nothing open immediately. Like maybe you could come up and throw the flat, but he puts his foot in the ground and comes back here. So when Mahomes goes to throw the first movement, neither of these guys are ready. And then down here to the bottom, call this like a little wrap, a little basic, little seam back the other way. So when he goes back here to make this, he can't because he's got this wave coming back at him and he's in the grass and he just can't generate enough force. And he probably doesn't see this guy. So a lot of excuses. You play it out here. You try to make sense of what Mahomes is doing as far as where's he going right there. Right? Like who's he want to throw it to? Maybe the flat to Kelce, I guess. Is that supposed to be a choice? I don't know. Maybe he sees that corner, bite down on him. Maybe it's not a looper return. Maybe that's just Kelce kind of at the end of the route saying, I didn't get it, I'm going to come back. But I mean, that is one of those things where it's certainly open down here. You know, if you can get through it and rip it. But he just can't quite get through the throw. He's in the grass, chucking that thing over the middle of the field a little late. Bad things happen. Just totally, if I'm being honest, out of character, and hadn't played like this at all in the first half. So kind of a bummer way for this thing to go sour at the end of the first half. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I sincerely appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It does mean a lot to me, so thank you very much for doing it. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, you know about it. Join, become a member, get even more Quarterback School content. We also have Quarterback School courses. Now, these courses are the premium content available through the channel. These are deep dives in my favorite football topics. We have a course on RPOs, tempos, pass protection. The best-selling course is how to beat every coverage. We even have an entire offense available for you, so hop over there and enroll. You can check out all the courses at the new Quarterback School website, theqbschool.com. We also have a really cool interactive feature where you can ask me anything and dive into the library of content available through the channel. Finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for the video, let's get back to it. All right, into the second half here. I really like the job Mahomes does right here. It looks like he's trying to get the ball to Kelce on a little sit. Not there. Allows Rice to kind of leak into that space behind him. I don't even know what you would call this play. I'm not familiar with what this play is. I'm not going to sit here and pretend to tell you I know what the read is, but he looks like he goes Kelce. No. Buy some time, some touch. That ball even might get tipped. It turns into a big chunk right out the gate. So it looks a little funky all over the place here. Again, the route up top, a little like hitch. I mean, I'm not going to tell you I know what this play is called, what they're trying to do here, but these are three of the routes. And then it's paired. I mean, I guess this is a slant. Maybe it's supposed to be a wrap. It doesn't look great, Bob, but it works. And it works because Mahomes looks like he wants to throw it on Kelce right away, like catch and throw, but he doesn't look, he's not ready. Then he just keeps his base and throws like a nice little touch right over the top with just enough touch to get it through there. So, I mean, play this thing out. This thing is funky. No one else runs this route. This is not a thing. You know, watch the number 2 up top. Watch Rice. I mean, to me, that's a slant that just kind of keeps going. I don't quite. I'm not going to pretend to tell you how you're supposed to read that, but I am going to tell you it's outstanding quarterback play and great touch, great control. The body control from 15, the way he's able to just kind of like stay in phase. Again, that that's wild. That sure looks like it gets tipped. Yeah, it does get tipped. Good living right there. Big old chunk. Next one here. Again, Andy Reid and company in their bag. A little super go-go, huh? It's just all to run flood down here to the bottom. Not there. Mahomes, make somebody miss, climb, rip the backside in. Just make it look easy, right? So smooth. But how about this formation? Okay. Super go-go? I don't know what you call it. But I do know what you call this throw. A dot. On the move, off platform, right on his face. That'd be an unnecessary roughness, right? Where it catches him right in between the face mask. Thing of beauty. So how about this formation? The actual play itself, just flood. So deep flag or pylon. Your boy Kelce from the backfield running that sailor corner. We're going to get Gray on a little jab flat, and that's flood, right? High school Harry flood. Then on the backside where the ball ends up going, working that backside in. So it's not there down here to the bottom. We're able to buy enough time, post play, play fake, make somebody miss, keep our feet moving, off platform, rip the backside in. Again, we talk a lot about quarterback play where you can hit the backside in through a progression. So, you know, whether this is a little naked or movement, looks like the offensive line's blocking it like naked. Mahomes just makes the guy miss on the edge so easy. I mean, it just looks like the guy has no chance, right? Yep. Beautiful. Again, I really like the creativity of the backfield set, puts significant stress on a defense. It's really just, you know, wing or double sniffer. But now you've got different vertical threats from different landmarks. And again, look at how smooth he is, bro. Guy's got no fucking chance in space. Whoop. Dot. So quick, so sudden, explosive. It's awesome. Next one here. This is a touchdown run. Now, the reason it's on a quarterback school video is because Mahomes sticks his nose in there. So a little back and forth, shift, motion. You're going to run a little flat stick combination up top for the RPO. Kelce getting in there as the wrapper. But look at Mahomes. Watch him. This is the best player in the league, face of the league. Handoff, counter, goal line. Go get in there. Move the pile. Move the pile. Move the pile. I'm not sure how much Chiefs fans or Andy Reid want him doing that, but I love the passion. Football player first. How about Kelce mixing it up blocking as well as you've ever seen him block? Stick your face in there. Now, maybe you could tell Kelce to bring his feet with him through the collision. I'm not going to stop his feet right there in the hole, but look at it. Look at 15. Y'all, look at it. That is awesome. Hell yes. I'm telling you, you might not like it. I might not like the safety element of it, but his teammates eat that up. Get in there, mix it up. I love it. Next one here. This is a beautiful job of offense down here to the bottom. 3rd and 3. We're going to get Smith-Schuster coming across in the motion. We're going to hit Kelce. I'm going to call it a choice. It might be just a flat for the first down. But watch 9 down here at the bottom, the number 1 receiver post shift. Run interference right through Hamilton. Boop. Little shield. Could easily probably get called. But that's a great job of using your route as a rub to accidentally, on purpose, get a pick. So beautiful job there. Again, letting the 87 find those pockets, what he does. But again, the nuance and detail of this stuff is not just, hey, 87, go out there and get open, right? Like, here's the choice. You do whatever you want. Okay, he's going to come out. Well, this route right here makes this work. So he goes through his guy. He takes his guy, walks him back. So we're back together. We're going back together here, right into the other defender, the other all-pro out there. So now he's taken 2. It's an excellent job of high-level football execution. Well done. Great offense. Shield, first down. Hell yes. And I can hear the defensive people crying, and I don't care. Okay? It's a great job of manipulating the formation, teaching the route, the intent of the route as a clear pick, rub, team first. Love it. Next one here, 1st and 10. We're going to be an empty. I'm used to calling this double stick looky. A lot of people will classify this as a Mike backer read. It depends kind of where you are, how it's read. But watch 0. So he's the Mike. He's the middle of the 3 linebacker types, right, from the end zone here. So we'll call this the Sam to the strong side, the Mike, the Will. Okay, so where does this guy go? Does he cover the double stick here? If he does, then we want to work the looky back the other way. If he hangs in the middle, let's work the double stick in zone or in match stuff. So what does 0 do? All right, he goes with the empty, pushes over. That's an easy read, right? I mean, there's nobody in the middle of the field. If our looky can cross on the right, got him. And again, they did such a nice job of manipulating where Rice was when he was in the slot versus a linebacker. So it's even easier to see here, right? So I think I have a whole video on double stick. Here's the must outside release go. Here's the quick out that must run out. Here's the true stick. So that's double stick up top. That looky to me here, most teams will allow you to kind of take a slant if you can take it. Otherwise, you can almost like come out of it. But where's that Mike linebacker? Right? Mike, call this the star or the Sam. Here's the Will. You can see the space. So we just want to attack this space. And again, wide receiver, a linebacker. That's for the offense. Thank you very much. We will take that, even though it's leveraged off, right? You can see Rice doesn't have the leverage. He still wins. Great route. Ball, again, is perfectly thrown. It's a handoff of a throw. But that is the perfect combination of speed, execution, preparation, formation, effing someone. They cannot have the right answer here in a simple Mike read. But again, y'all, the ball location, just, it is perfect, right? I mean, it's right on his nose. Hand it to him. Hell yes. Next one here, 3rd and 5. This is a bummer. This is a big missed opportunity to the back up top. We're going to be hot. So we're going to throw right into the hot. Perfect. We get the ball off. Now the bummer here and I'm sure we'll never get the answer because I doubt 15 would bust drive 34 here. But what is this route supposed to be? If it's supposed to be a rail, it's supposed to be more downhill for me. If it's supposed to be like a wide or a swing from the back, so watch the back's path. See how the back, it looks like he's getting width right here, like he's running right down the 45. So to me here, there are two different types of routes that most people run. A wide or a swing like this, like from the backfield traditionally run, or more of today's day and age, like that rail that we saw thrown earlier and dropped to 10. So this to me looks more swingy, looks more traditional wide, like take 5 steps or take 3 steps, get width to the numbers, then turn downhill, especially when it's paired with a spot here. But Mahomes almost throws it more raily. So it doesn't quite look like they're on the same page. And it's a bummer because we're hot. We got a free runner right in our face. They don't have a great answer for us playing 0 here. So they're playing 0. They're dropping guys out way over here. This is essentially uncovered. This is going to be a big hit if we can be on the same page, and we're just not. And you know, whether you want to make excuses about first week, who's who in the zoo, who's back there, all that kind of crap, all I can say is this is one of those ones I wish they had back. I wish they wish. They wish. I don't really care, but that is so close. Oh. You can see Rice double mailbox. He knows he's open too. You can see though that might score. Whew. That's a bummer. 3rd and 5 to go from this uncovered hot 3rd and 5, maybe score, to now, you know, we're giving them the ball. Next one here, 4th quarter now. Your favorite motion again, post shift here, get Kelce off the line of scrimmage. Shuffle, shuffle. No idea what this concept is down here to the bottom. Thank goodness Mahomes can do Mahomes things. So working gray across the field. I'm not even going to pretend to tell you what we're looking at here. We've got 2 spots to the left. It's not there. He's able to, again, climb. He makes this stuff look so easy, right? He climbs to exit, go run. On the move, off platform, drop it down. Arm angle. Nice catch from Gray. Running away. Just a beautiful job. So what this ends up being, again, what I'm used to calling double spot, with a swing here. Now, normally I would say this is paired with a corner, but right here, whether this is a basic or a cross, he's running this thing back away. Then on the backside here, I'll let someone else tell you what this route is. I'm not going to pretend to tell you what that's supposed to be. It's got funky spacey written all over it, but Mahomes just makes it right. Like that's the part I think that's the hardest to quantify with Mahomes. Not very many other people here would be able to make this right. This doesn't look like anything. Nothing there, nothing burger. He escapes, throws on the platform, off platform, and gets a nice first down. I mean, it's just right in front of their bench, just demoralizing. It's so wild. And he does it so effortlessly. It's the body control more than anything else, man. On the move, whoop, drop the arm angle right there. That's awesome. Next one here, 3rd and 3. We're going to have Mahomes use his legs here, kind of extend this RPO. So to me, this is zone read with stick down here to the bottom. So we're reading 99. Now we'll talk about kind of who's who in the zoo here as far as conflict defenders. That should definitely have been a penalty. Holy moly. We're reading the C-gap player to the left. So to me, at the snap here, it's 99, the guy standing up outside the left tackle. But really, we get 2 C-gap defenders. So to me, I always think of, well, I'll let it play. We'll talk about it next time. I always think of good RPO teams you have to have an answer. And the way that I quantify it is C minus C plus, but you really have to have an answer for 2. And so what I mean by that is if we are reading the C gap player, and this is just zone read, right? So the run part of this is just zone that way. The quarterback can run it, probably not what we want with Mahomes. And then we're going to run, we'll call it stick. So there's a stick, there's the flat. So you've got the pitch element, you've got the throw element, you've got all sorts of elements. When I'm saying C minus C plus, I'm saying that when 2 C gap players show up, so now we've got both of these guys. So I think he goes inside. So I'm used to calling that C minus, C plus. Now you have to have an answer. some teams will throw the perimeter screen. Some will say, hey, we'll just get it to the pitch quickly, right? Because if the C minus takes the back, so right here, he tackled the back, right? The C plus theoretically could tackle the quarterback. So then you want to get it to the pitch. Well, if they're playing man, like defenses think they can take away RPOs, then they've got manned up on the pitches as well. Right here, we get a little lucky because I think 99 plays this a little poorly. So Mahomes doing Mahomes things, right? He's always fast enough. It's just extends, and then gets it with his feet. But this is one of those ones where I think teams are getting better and better about navigating the edge here on C-gap RPOs when you have two. So again, you can see Mahomes. No, he wants to throw it. No, extend, fast enough, first down. And that's got to be a penalty. How about my guy Zero at the bottom? He was pissed about somebody. Put hands on right there. Oh, yeah, you don't want to do that, bro. Whoever this is, I'm not trying to sideline watch here, but you do not put hands on when you're not in uniform with someone who is in uniform. That's a hard fucking no. He's lucky he didn't get clocked right there. Oh, yo, in the back too? That ain't it, bro. Holy moly. So reading 99, watch the C minus and the C plus show up. There it is. Right, so they've got someone for the back and the quarterback right there. They've got us. 99 just not good enough right there. Extend. I mean, it's not really hit very hard, let's be honest. Still, hands on outside the white. Still feel like you got to call that, especially on 15. Holy moly. That Nagy going bananas over there? Holy moly. Next one here, touchdown pass up top. This is absolutely some sort of blown coverage from the Ravens defensively. It looks like the corner up top thinks he's got a half-field player over the top of him. We're going to go fast 3 stick, must outside release, and this is just a gift. Worthy with another touchdown. It's a nice job from Mahomes seeing it. You know, I think the worst thing in the world for a quarterback is when something like this happens and you just don't see it or you miss it. But don't miss a layup. That's a wide open layup. And again, you know, I don't know what they think this is going to be defensively. You can see the shift to 2x2, then the fast 3 motion. So again, I love shift and motion. You're going to put stress on the defense. He's playing this like what I'm used to calling trap or cloud corner. That usually means that there's a half-field player over the top. But even if there was, let's pretend that this guy went back here. Well, then they've got gaps in this thing. If we went vertical here, I mean, there's probably more than one error, is what I'm saying on the back end. But quarterback-wise, outstanding job seeing it. Make them pay, right? Like, I mean, what if Kelsey down here ran to the corner as the number 2? And I think huge miscommunication all over the place. Make them pay. Big, easy touchdown to kind of give yourself a little bit of room. And again, you got to be able to see these things. That's the thing with Mahomes. It feels like he never misses these types of opportunities and makes them pay. Next one here, last one, 3rd and 11, right? The Ravens have no timeouts left. We're going to kind of hit this thing on the run, on the move, trying to hit the shallow up top. This is one of those like contested catches back to the quarterback. I would say normally you would want to knock this thing down. He goes up, protect it, make sure it doesn't get intercepted. That's for damn sure. The reason it's so great that it's a reception is that the clock keeps running, right? Normally I say you would want to knock that down. The first part is you're almost a little surprised that he doesn't get it off. I'm sure he doesn't see the defender to the left who knocks this thing down. But if they hook that up, it's essentially game over. If this is picked, it's a nightmare. Mahomes goes up, makes a contested catch off screen, and the clock keeps running. So it's kind of the huevos to call a pass, say to try to ice this thing if we can get a first down. It's potentially there, and I don't think any of us would be shocked if Mahomes were to make this throw off platform. He just doesn't see 23. I mean, you can see the runaways both coming across here, trying to hit the shallow to Rice. Up and over. No. Just doesn't hit it. But once that happens, now we're just a football player. Contested catch. Keep the clock moving. Love it. And again, every second matters, right? They've wasted their timeouts. They've used their timeouts. Not there. How about my right tackle? Get up. Yo, boom. Oh. And again, just all I hear when I see this catch is tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. So that is a wrap. Patrick Mahomes kicking off the season, doing Patrick Mahomes things. Now, you know, besides the interception and maybe a throw here or a throw there, the dude just is locked in seemingly every time he steps out on the field. I really don't think you can appreciate how good his game is unless you kind of see it and then flash it against other people, because what he does in phase, kind of how quickly he's able to play the RPO world, to be on time, to get the ball out from the pocket, and then to extend and be able to create off-platform, still within structure, off-platform, out of structure, way extending plays, using his feet in the RPO world when he's got to get a first down, always being fast enough. I just never get enough of it. He really is that dynamic, that fun to watch all the time. So excited that football is back. We are locked in. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.